Members of the People's Democratic Party having a swell time at the party's convention to elect new national officers at the popular Eagle Square in Abuja. It was a jamboree with drummers playing for their preferred candidates, potential presidential aspirants wooing the party members, and even governors entertaining supporters on the podium.
We have a chance to seize the opportunity to steer our country towards its rightful position amongst the Committee of Nations. We can save ourselves, we can save the party, and we can save Nigeria together.
We shall soon be welcoming more members to our party, and I encourage all our members across the country to be prepared to welcome more members. Our country, Nigeria, and indeed our continent, Africa, is worried and going through trying times. Our people are in need of policies, interventions, and leaders that can provide solutions to the challenges of security, unemployment, rising cost of energy, food, and other essential items for living decent lives.
But deep down the dancing is a mixture of political horse trading and negotiations for some candidates to step down. With 21 positions set for grabs and 27 contestants in the race, the 13 governors of the PDP emerged as the strongest power bloc, negotiating over who should get what position. They succeeded in convincing many to step down through a consensus format, but 3 positions remained outstanding as other power brokers like military generals and former governors, including a former vice president, would have none of such arrangements. The former military generals urged their candidates for the posts of Deputy National Chairman South, Deputy National Chairman North, and the National Youth Leader to battle the governor's preferred candidates. With consensus failing in 3 out of 21 positions, the stage was set for a hot race. The convention then kicked off at about midday with goodwill messages from top leaders of the party on how the PDP can emerge better and stronger after the convention to give the ruling All Progressives Congress a good fight for its money.
This convention called all our members to remain focused on one major commitment, that is, the party will return to its winning ways very broad. It will return in 2023.
I call on all PDP members to come together, bury our personal, individual, and collective differences, and put the PDP and the interest of Nigeria above all considerations.
Voting began with Abia State, which had 116 delegates, followed by the remaining 35 states and the FCT. Oyo turned up with 180 delegates, making it the highest this year. Some delegates speak on the voting process and political intrigues during the convention.
I'm very, very impressed with the resilience of PDP as a party. The whole place is agog, and you can almost touch the optimism in the air that these guys are confident that come 2023, they'll make a difference in the election. So, I'm happy to be back.
We are believing that the new leadership, that is the outcome of this convention, that is election, will bring credible leadership that will pilot the affairs of the party. And not only the party, be able to galvanize the interests of all Nigerians.
We are preparing for 2023. We will continue to prepare. You can see Nigerians love PDP, and we believe with the poor performance of APC, 2023 is just for PDP to take.
Voting ended past midnight on Sunday and collation began.
2003, 2004, 2004 votes, His Excellency Ambassador Taufik Arap Mancha. For Deputy National Chairman South.
Chairman of the National Convention Committee and Adamawa State Governor Ahmadu Fintiri, while announcing the results, said 18 positions had consensus candidates, leaving 3 positions to be counted. With 705 votes, Olagunsoye Oyilola, who is the preferred candidate of the military generals, was floored by Taofiq Arakbaja, who emerged winner with 2,004 votes as Deputy National Chairman South. Also with just 365 votes, Ina Chiruma, a former Minister of Women Affairs and wife to one of the founding fathers of the PDP, late Adamu Chiruma, was defeated by Umar Ilia Damagun with 2,222 votes. She had hoped to be the first woman in that position. 25-year-old Mohammed Suleiman emerged national youth leader with 3,072 votes after defeating Usman El Kudan, who got 207 votes. The defeated candidate is said to be the preferred candidate of a former vice president.
It's for me to have the privilege as the chief returning officer of the 2021 PDP convention election to announce and declare His Excellency Senator Dr. Iyorchia Ayu as duly elected and returned as the national chairman of our great party, the PDP. Stand up for the champions, stand up.
With winners announced, it emerged that all the preferred candidates of the PDP governors carried the day and lost none of their positions contested. And with the PDP national leadership now in their arms, the party's 13 governors are now set to produce the next presidential candidate in the next presidential primaries.
Yeah, my advice for the incoming national executive is that they should be as democratic as possible. They should entrench internal democracy in the party and make sure that the tenets, the doctrines, the rules, the regulation, and the constitution of the party is followed to the latter. And it should not be business as usual.
Party leaders say the idea of consensus candidates for the national chairman and other positions is strategic to reduce rancor, despite taunting by the governing APC that the PDP borrowed their strategy.
In the working committee today, almost 90% or 92% of them are all consensus. And that has affected the activities of the party structure down the ladder. When the presidential congress or convention comes up, we hope there will be clear understanding and purposeful thinking, deliberately designed to help this country and to continue to build our democracy on rule of law and good governance.
You can see what we have done today. They expect some rancor, no rancor, rancor free. Everything gone peacefully, happily. You see, our jamboree is good, and by the grace of God, He who gives power will give us power back to us.
The PDP, based on our experience, we prepared, very prepared, to take Nigeria out of the next level to the proper level.
The incoming national chairman, Iyorchia Ayu, is pledging to rebuild the fortunes of the PDP and wrestle power from the All Progressives Congress.
PDP will come back, unite our people, put them together, north and south, east and west. We will move ahead to develop this country. We did it before, we are going to do it again.
With the national convention over, the national officers will now be sworn into office on the 9th of December, when the tenure of the Uche Secondus-led National Working Committee expires. Georgina Ndukwe-Ezeanyika, Arise News.